Pinnacle Professional user, Steve Tapner here. If you order parts in from an external supplier, it can be useful in Pinnacle to use purchase orders, miscellaneous purchase order option to order those parts and to inventory those parts. The purpose of this short video is to show you how to do that. Go to purchase orders, create miscellaneous PO. It opens a search screen, standard part search screen, year, model, part type interchange. If you use alternate indexes for new parts in your business, there is also an alternate index search available from this screen. But let's assume standard search. I've got 2010 Camry entered here, and I want some electrical parts for that. I'm going to order some alternators and some starter motors from a supplier. Select those there. They appear on the lower part of the screen. Click on Create Miscellaneous PO in the bottom right-hand corner. This is the screen that opens. It shows me those parts that I've selected and the interchange that I've selected. It defaults to them being new parts, but I can untick those checkboxes if they are used parts. If I've ordered more than one of each, simply click in here, and each time I click, it will increase the number. Or of course, I can just enter a value in there. So I'm ordering 4 alternators and 4 starter motors. Tick the checkbox at the beginning of the line, click on Create PO, and it opens a purchase order creation screen. I need to know who my supplier is. Look for somebody who's likely to be able to help me with those, Jap Direct. In the category field here, I recommend that you change it. It defaults to brokered, but in fact these are parts for inventory. And there's a couple of benefits from selecting the category correctly. I can enter an ordered date if I want to. If I'm ordering those today, that's fine. When the parts arrive, I will enter the vendor invoice number here as a record as well. A couple of things in the lower part of the screen that are important to know. I can enter the cost if I know what each of these parts is costing me. I can enter that here, and that will appear against the item when it's subsequently in stock. More importantly, I most likely want to change the stock number. Again, it defaults to the brokered part stock number of BP001, but I most likely will have created a stock number that means something to me in terms of this supplier or this order or these types of parts. I've created one called PO test. I can enter that and it applies it against all of the parts in the order. And then go ahead and click on Save and OK. So those parts are now ordered on the Pinnacle system. I need to order those from my supplier. I can see that those parts have been ordered. If it's useful for me, I've got a screen called Pending Inventories. Useful for my inventory guy, but possibly even useful for my sales guys to know that they can come in here and see that these parts have been ordered from this supplier and that purchase order was created today. So those parts, those parts we will order and those parts in due course will arrive. When the parts arrive, I need to open that purchase order again. I can find it from the purchase order menu or from the function key shortcut F7 and enter the purchase order number. Well, seeing that I've got this screen open already, I'm just going to double click here and open up that purchase order. It's interesting, it didn't save as inventory before, but that must have just been a keystroke error on my part. Marked as inventory, add to inventory. This is an important step. I need to come down here and check those tick those 2 checkboxes if I want these parts to be entered into my inventory when I save this purchase order. So everything there is okay. If not all the parts are received, I can expand that by clicking on this key at the beginning of the line and exclude some parts from having been received in this order. But assuming that everything's been received in this order, I'm just going to click on Receive Parts, enter today's date. It's applied a received date against both lines, against all of those parts that are on this order. As I said before, I've clicked Add to Inventory before I progress with this, and I'm able to go ahead and save that and complete that and click OK. That is now a completed purchase order, and what's very useful for me is that those parts are now in stock in my Pinnacle inventory. They're all there in stock. All I need to do is print some tags, print out the tags for them. But otherwise, the parts are in stock, and the record exists about my ordering and the supply of those parts. I hope you find that useful. As always, if you've got any questions, give me a call. Thank you.